Okay, hi YouTube. It's Mary, and I'm here today because I want to talk about this camper life I'm living, okay, and why I live in a camper, okay? So, here we go. So, one of the main reasons why I decided to live in a camper is because the cost of living is going up. One. I've checked apartments, and it seems like every year they're going up. In particular, here in Daytona, I remember I moved here 2013. I travel a lot, so I moved back and forth, whatever. But I moved back after coming from Hawaii, and I noticed that a studio back in 2013 was like $450. Okay, a one-bedroom at this particular location that is not on the beach. It's like inland and near a lot of traffic. It was a one-bedroom. Was like 500 or 525. Okay, so fast forward to now. A studio in the exact same location, no renovations, it still looks the same, raggedy looking place, okay? It is now $868. That includes your first month rent, second month, and deposit. That's like $3,000. Why would I do that for something I don't own? So, and it's not even a beautiful location. It's not beachfront, none of that, okay? You're across the street from Walmart. Like ghetto Walmart, not even the glamorous Walmart. So, considering that, it's the same in North Carolina. The cost of living has gone up. Not so much here, not so much like it is in Florida, but it's gone up compared to what the value of North Carolinians are used to. Okay, so when I moved back from here to North Carolina, when I was after I had a child, I moved back home to rest my body and stuff. And I remember I lived in a 1920 style apartment, duplex type style, in the historic parts of Greensboro, and it was $425 for rent. Big, huge space. I had the whole top floor to myself. Okay, huge. All right. Well, fast forward to I leave, I come back again, and they're like $675. Okay? Like, who wants to do that? Like, it's crazy. And then they didn't even have any vacant. So, with me moving a lot and always, like, hustling and bustling, I'm like, I need something like a camper. I can take my home wherever I go. That's another reason, okay, why I live in a camper. But I've reduced the cost of living. I've reduced my cost of living a lot. Back in 2017, I used to drive an Audi, and I had my car payments was $350. Originally, my insurance was $350, but I ended up getting it down to like $150, and my childcare was like almost like $900, and just all my expenses all together came up to over $4,000 a month. Mind you, I'm paying lawyer fees for like stuff with my child support stuff. I didn't even have child support then, but like, I'm like, whoa. And then I was paying for school out of pocket. All right, so that $4,000 a month does not include paying a lawyer and paying for my school out of pocket. All right, so I ended up dropping out of school, and I was in massage school. So I dropped out of massage school to focus on being a mom and focus on my daughter, and to slow my life down because it was just too much. The bills just coming. Every time I got money, it was going out. I was making like $1,000 a day, but money was just flowing out of my hand. I could never hold on to it. So I need to calm myself down. I stopped. I moved back home, and I was able to sit and think, what is it that I really want? What is it I want to do? How can I reduce the cost of living even more? So from over $4,000 a month, trickled down to like $1,500 a month. Then I'm like, well, how do I get this lower than that? Well, I took my daughter I stopped taking her to babysitters. I just stopped working altogether. because I worked in the club there, and I stopped working altogether, and my expenses got down to like $700. I had $700. So now, and that's before living in a camper van, just living minimal in the country parts of North Carolina. All right. So fast forward to now, I got this. I wanted to move away from the snow and the cold weather because I get seasonal depression. So I moved back. Well, I moved to Hawaii. Then I moved to, and I didn't like it. And I moved to Florida because that's one of the places I do like to be. And then close to my daughter's father and stuff like that. But that's when I'm like, okay, so I might as well go ahead and focus on the dream of living in the camper. Okay, I need to get my goal is to get my expenses down to $300 a month. I don't know if that's realistic, but I'm going to try. 300, 400 at the most a month. If I get down to 400, I'll be happy. So right now my expenses living in the camper van is at $756 a month. Okay, I don't include food because you need food to survive. That's not a bill. You have to eat to live. That's so stupid. I don't like to calculate food. All right, and that's something that I'm not willing to compromise, because you are what you eat. You sure are. So, and the gym is like $10. So I can go through my expenses right now. So I bought the camper. I bought my camper for $4,000 cash. And then I found a lot for $300. So my lot rent a month is $300. All right. I had to pay a $300 deposit. This is only $600. That's less than somebody's rent right there. So I paid I gave the guy $600. So that was my $300 deposit and my $300 a month. So I got $300 a month. My child care, I'm with the program for my daughter because child care is expensive. And so with this program, it took my child care from $440 a month down to $152 a month. And then I got my car insurance. It's hard to get down. Liability insurance, just the basics. And I'm paying $109. So my next expense is power. So it's about like $65. Or $60, $65, go somewhere in that range. Alright? And then my internet bill is $50. My phone bill is $38. My gym bill is $10. And then my water bill is $10. And there's another bill somewhere. Oh, life insurance. That's about like equivalent to like $29 a month. So somewhere around there. That's my expenses a month. To me, that's still too much. Okay? So if I can get my rent to zero, that would take me down to $400 a month in expenses, and I'll be happy. So my goal was to think, how can I do that? Find a solution. I was thinking to save money and buy some land, some cheap land, and then put my camper on that land that I own, and then that would reduce all my expenses down, maybe even cheaper than that. Okay? So then I wouldn't have to pay anybody for lot rent to park my camper. Right? Yeah, my hair is a little shabby. It's one of those days. I don't care. So this one just keeps sticking up. Why? Okay. Yeah, so my life is a lot less stressful, and I don't have to work as hard, and I have way more time with my daughter, which was my biggest motivation. I own my vehicle. I own my camper, which is my home. I have more money in the bank. I have more money to splurge on food, because that's my luxury expense. Like, I'm sorry. I used to buy clothes and buy a whole bunch of clothes and shoes. Nope. I have 2 boxes. I'm going to show you one day. I have 2 boxes of clothing and that is it. Okay? I've got this many pairs of shoes. And I feel freer. I'm happier. I really am. Who am I trying to impress? I remember being in college, I used to have name brand stuff, ran my credit card up, I looked so cute. My Guess jeans and my limited bag and my all this expensive stuff, but I was broke and poor, and I was always hungry because college students never have enough food, and I don't want to live like that. But like all my money makes sense now, so that's why I chose to live in a camper. And then I noticed I don't need a whole lot of space and a lot of stuff. I have this opposite disorder of hoarding, which means I just like to throw shit away. I have let me throw this away. And I just throw it away, and I may regret it later, but I just like to throw shit away. Like the opposite of a hoarder. Whatever you call it. Yeah. So if you're thinking about becoming, I guess, a minimalist or living in a camper, you're going to have to become a minimalist to live in a camper. You can't have all that shit in your camper. That's whatever. Yeah, it's just simple living. I feel so much better this way. Independent. I actually am more mindful of how much electricity I use, because it will go out on you. You have to go to the circuits, the what is that box, and then you have to go to the box meter thing outside to cut that on, the switches on and off. Same with the water. You can even put your own water filter on your water. They have these things in the camper department, like Home Depot and stuff. So I have cleaner water, and then I know how to handle my sewage and my holes if that's messed up. My black water tank, gray water tank, all that stuff. I've learned how to do that, and it's easy. I don't have to worry about calling a plumber if my toilet gets clogged or anything like that. Just real simple. It makes you so mindful of the smaller things in life, and it creates a closeness in your relationships. When my friends come over, we're right here. Me and my daughter, we're always right here. Versus when we lived in an apartment, her room was all the way back there. I'm why do I need all this space? In North Carolina, I had a 2-bedroom for $400, and it went up to $460 when it was $435. But it was huge. It was big. 2 bedrooms. I I don't even need the space. I got so used to living in studio apartments. Even being a single mom, I prefer that smaller space. I'm a giant though. I'm really tall, so you would think tall people wouldn't want to live in a smaller space. I find that most tall people prefer a smaller space. I don't know what it is, but I really like it. It's cozy, and it's mine. No one can take it from me, except the storms. And even then, if you got insurance, you should be okay. So yeah, I just wanted to say that, and it's the best feeling in the world. It really is. So if you're not sure and you're worried about, if you're a people pleaser and you're worried about what other people think of you, you're probably going to be stressed out and not liking this type of lifestyle, because I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks and cares. Do you see my bank account? No, you're not in it. Are you my financial advisor? No, you're not him. So that's another thing. I got a financial advisor. You have to be smarter with your money. You better get up on that damn Dave Ramsey and SmartVestors. Seriously, that's a whole nother video right there. But yeah, if it wasn't for my sister, I have one sister. She's really good at finances and stuff. I think that's what she went to school for. I asked a lot of questions. I ask questions. If you're not asking questions, who's going to give you the answers to them? You have to ask the right people the right questions. So I'm asking her because I know she knows. So growing up, I had my older sister as a role model for better finances. But on top of that, it was already in my character. Because when I was a kid, I knew how to save money. Bought my first hamster when I was 10. I saved like $135. I was like, oh yeah. Bought myself a dress, some candy, a hamster, the hamster cage, some shoes, like, and had some money left over. And I'm like, oh, I like this feeling, you know. When I was 19, I bought my own car, cash out. It was a Mitsubishi Mirage. It had 54,000 miles on it, and it lasted me 5 years until my sister wrecked it. It should have gotten me longer than that, but it used to take me everywhere. I bought it for like $5,000 cash. When I was like 19, I saved like $10,000 and spent $5,000 of that on a car that only had 54,000 miles on it. How many people can say they've done that? No, people are so used to their parents doing stuff for them. My mom died when I was 11, so I'm kind of like raised myself in a way, okay, and learned from my older siblings because I'm the youngest of 9. I've learned from their mistakes plus my own, okay, so I'm just trying to be better, you know. But I take the good and the bad that they give, and I just pick and choose what I want and sift through all the shit that they say. They think you're not listening, but I'm listening. I'm taking y'all advice, sisters and brothers, okay? I've been listening. I'm watching, all right? But I'm so much more happier with my life living like this. And my daughter is too, because she has her own space. She likes being home, you know. And one thing I hate about living in apartments too, the smells. I remember living in an apartment where there was like drug addicts. Like, who wants to be around that? Meth labs underneath, like crazy stuff. Marijuana, you're catching contacts in your own home. How can you sleep in peace? I don't like that. So that's one thing you don't have to worry about. You don't have to worry about your neighbors bassing and bumping that music too loud. Just, yeah, I'm so happy. Yeah, and if I want to, I could just say fuck this place and just hitch my truck up and my camper up and leave if I wanted to. Like, I can't just be doing that because I have a child, but I still move more frequent than the average mom. Yeah. So if you have any questions about this camper life, hit me up. I'm gonna post some pictures at the end of what my camper looks like on the outside, so you can get the gist of what it looks like. Some people don't even know what a camper is, so this is what it looks like. I'm gonna show you. Okay? You wanna see it? You wanna see it now? So that's my camper, and I'll show you what the inside looks like and do a tour all around, what's what, and how I function, live. This is me and a 4-year-old in here, and yeah, it's enough space for us. It may not be any more room for another. Unless I really like you. No, I'm just joking. No. It's probably not enough room for like a guy, like a boo, you know? Yeah. Anyway, that's that. So, bye you guys. And if you have any questions, just hit me down below. You all know what to do. So, if you're interested, you can ask me questions and I'll give you the full tour. Bye.